Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing good. Many of you successfully completed your revision test 1. Congrats to you all. So I hope you all are clear in the first lesson, Tansen, the magical musician, right? Yes. Today we are going to see some grammar parts. They are sentence, phrase, subject and predicate. First let us start with a sentence. Read the first example, children. He knows many languages. We all know sentence is a group of words. Not all the group of words are called a sentence. There are some factors to decide it. First one, it has to give a complete sense, which is a complete meaning. If you read this group of words, he knows many languages, you can get a complete idea, right? So that's a sentence. Not only that, see the second one, it contains a subject and a verb. You may have a question, what is a subject in that sentence? I'll tell you now. The first part of the sentence is called as subject. In the place of subject, we can have a noun or we can have pronoun. Here in this sentence, we have got a pronoun, he. He is a pronoun, right? Next, it must have a verb. What is a verb in that sentence? Knows, right? So these group of words have subject as well as a verb. So it is called as sentence. And finally, it must start with a capital letter and end with a full stop. You can see the first letter H. It has started with capital, right? And finally, you can see a full stop. So these are all the rules we have to identify a sentence. We'll repeat it again. First, it must give a complete idea. There should be a subject, there should be a verb, it must start with a capital letter, and finally there should be a full stop. Children, here I have given some more examples for your better understanding. Read it along with me. Sam bought a cricket bat. Tom ran across the road. The train arrived at 4 o'clock. The little elephant walked across the field. So now let us check whether all the rules are applied. You can see all the sentences are started with capital letter, right? And all the sentences have full stop. It gives complete sense. And then it has subject as well as a verb part. And we know already that subject can be a single word or it can be a group of words or the several words, right? See the first and second example. In the subject part, you have only one word, Sam, and then Tom. Whereas, if you see third and fourth sentences, it is a group of word, right? In third sentence, that train. So, it is a combination of two words. And if you see the fourth one, the little elephant. So, it's a combination of three words. So you have to understand subject can be one word or it can be more than one words. So now we are clear. A sentence can be divided into two groups. The first group which contains a noun and the second group which contains a verb. So the group which contains a verb is called as predicate. I repeat it. A group of words which has verb in that is called as predicate. A predicate tells something about the subject. Here we can see an example. Tom ran across the road. Here Tom is the subject. And ran across the road is called as predicate because it has a verb in it. The predicate gives us information about the subject Tom. So what did Tom do? He ran across the road, right? So by predicate, we get information about the subject. So the predicate comes after the subject and completes the meaning of the sentence. So here I have divided the example sentences into subject and predicate. The words in black color are subjects and the words in green color are predicate. See the first one, Sam bought a cricket bat. Sam is the subject because it's a noun. As we all know, subject can be a noun or a pronoun. And as per the rule, predicate comes after the subject. And it tells us something about the subject, right? So Sam is a subject part and bought a cricket bat is a predicate part. We have already seen the second example sentence and now the third one is the train arrived at 4 o'clock. Train is the noun, so that's a noun part. Arrived at 4 o'clock is a predicate part. It has a verb arrived in it and it gives us information about the train. The same way, the little elephant walked across the field. The little elephant is a group of word. It is called as subject and the predicate part is walked across the field. Here, walked is the verb. It comes after the subject and gives us some more information about the subject, right? So, this is how we have to divide a sentence into subject and predicate. So, without subject and predicate, a group of words cannot be considered as a sentence. Clear, children? Now read it out. Take your books. Can you divide this into subject and predicate? What is the subject of this group of words? What is the predicate of this group of words? Does it called as a sentence? No, right? Because it doesn't have a subject and it doesn't have a predicate. It's just a group of words and it doesn't give us any complete idea who is telling to whom, we don't know. So, this kind of group of words which doesn't have a subject and a predicate is called as phrase. I'll explain you what is phrase now. A phrase is a group of words that does not express a complete idea. So we don't know who is telling to whom. Though in that group of words we have a verb called take, it is not considered as a predicate because a predicate should come after a subject. There is no subject, so that is not called as predicate, right? So it doesn't have a subject and it doesn't have a predicate. So that is not called as a sentence. So it is called as phrase. So phrase is a group of words that does not have a complete idea or it doesn't start with a capital letter or end with full stop and it will not have a subject or a verb. Here I have given some examples. In the morning, eggs and sugar, bought some cakes. So here also you cannot find a subject or a predicate. Just these are all a group of words but it gives us some idea. Not a complete idea, right? So these are all called as phrase. Here I have given some exercises, children. Read each group of words. Decide if it is a phrase or a sentence. Remember, if it is a sentence, there should be a subject part as well as a predicate part. Let us check it now. The first one, the museum opens at 8:30. What is the subject in this sentence? The museum. What is the predicate of this sentence? Opens at 8:30. Right? So this has subject part as well as a predicate part. So it is called as a sentence. And it starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop and it gives us complete idea. So it is called as a sentence. See the second one, through the park. Can you find any subject in this? Does it have any verb or predicate? No, right? So this is called as phrase. You people are going to try the third, fourth, and the fifth one, and you are going to tell me the answers through your homework. Along with the worksheet exercises, you also have to include these three sentences and its answers also. Okay, children? Thank you. Have a nice day.